Woodsman here. We're out in the bush today. You've seen in earlier videos that we dropped a 60-foot spruce tree, and today we're going to set up the chainsaw mill in order to plank this to make rustic benches. So stay tuned and let's see what we get into. So here we are, we have our log cut. It's set up on blocks. It's up off the ground a little bit just to make it easier for cutting. Probably wondering what I have the ladder here for. Well, the first cut that the mill runs along the top of the log, you can't use the log because it's all wavy the way it grows. So I use an old ladder. I've got it set at 12 feet. I cut my logs exactly 12 feet and the ladder goes ahead, sits right on top, gives me a perfectly level base for the mill to run across for the very first cut. Once that cut is done, we take that ladder off and then the mill sets for our planks and we just run across the top of the boards. And you're going to see how that's done in a second. So let's go ahead and let's set our ladder up on the log. You can see how that's done. So I have angle iron brackets right along the top of the ladder here. All we do is we just screw the end right into the log. Doesn't matter if it's exactly level because the first cut is going to make your level. So we just go ahead and we screw it into place. Now that our ladder is solid and affixed to our log, we're going to set our chainsaw mill. So from this edge right here, it's set just a cut below this bracket. So the first slab will just take off this. We won't hit our screws, we won't hit any of our framework here, and it just takes the top cap. So we've gone ahead and we measured the end of our ladder from the top rail to down below our bracket that we've screwed into place, and we know that it's set at 4.5 inches. So on our main post here, it has graduations. So we're going to loosen off our bolts and set this for exactly 4.5 inches. And that way between this bearing face and the blade will clear and it'll run across our ladder perfectly. So we'll set that right now. So you saw in a previous video how to mount the chainsaw mill to your bar. So now all it is these two bolts, and we set the increment for whatever distance, thickness of board or plank that we want to make. So we're going to set this for 4.5. Tighten these bolts down so it won't slide. And then all we have to do is just double check the distance between our bar and here is 4.5, and once it is, we can go ahead and start our cut. first cut. So let's take this board off and see what it looks like. So there you go, folks, beautiful planks. It takes a while, it's a bit of a slow process, but the end product is beautiful, as you can see. So stay tuned, the next video I'm going to be pulling the bark off the edge of these and turning them into a rustic bench. So as always, there's life out there in the woods. I'll see you out there in it.